Hello everybody and welcome back to Kaii to Otome episode 9, Mysterious Disappearances, in which we will probably have the arc with the VTuber. Probably what's gonna happen, right? The previous episode very much hinted on that. What happened in the previous episode though? Let's start with that, as always, as we always do. The previous episode was basically just Sumireko recalling her bit of a supernatural experience from her childhood, right? Where she had issues using her words properly, finding the proper words to talk, so she had issues talking to other people. And she conveniently found a bookstore out in the wilds after going through a hole in a chain link fence. And going there gave her her love for books and her ability to use words and her ability to write and her passion. And her passion towards writing. Mostly it was the bookstore owner, and yeah, and then she found that hole in a chain link fence again as an adult, went through it, and the bookstore was no longer there, just a ruin. And apparently it's a legend of some Japanese or Chinese, I think Japanese, noble lady who had such a love for books that she decreed her mausoleum, her grave, have a warehouse of books built on top where people can get their books for free, completely freely, access them and read them, under the condition that when they return the book they lent, they borrowed, they have to bring one more book with them because she wants to read all there is, even after death, because she read all there is in life, and maybe some new things will be written. That also ties into Sumireko, because she herself became an author, and she would very much like to share what she wrote with the ghost lady, and the ghost lady would very much like to read it as well. Very cool, very light-hearted episode in general that had some really nice themes about like your internal dictionary, right? That was a thing. Love for books, how books saved Sumireko, stuff like that. Very nice episode. Enjoyed it a lot. And then we had a little bit of Otto moments. Otto going around, seeing Nodoka, telling her that, Nodoka asking Otto that they meet and study for like final exams. Otto also went to the maid cafe, got, I think, the maid costume as a gift, and we finished it with Nodoka getting a letter from school where they forbid being a VTuber or creating any sort of content online, and even watching that content should be done under adult supervision, which is not a bad rule in its core, but of course Nodoka did not listen, and she started watching Yorumun, the VTuber. We had some talk about the I forgot the name, but essentially spirit inhabiting item, right? Items who are so well loved and so well used that they form a spirit, a little like minor deity in them, and how things are so disposable nowadays that there simply isn't enough time for something like that, for a yokai like that to form in any given item, because all of them just get discarded immediately. And there are other things that we will get attached to more in the virtual world, like VTubers. And now we have a tie into Nodoka. She will maybe disappear, maybe she will get possessed by the spirit of the VTuber, wouldn't surprise me. And that's probably what's gonna happen in today's episode. We have this episode 9, and this is 12 episodes long, so we have 9, 10, 11, 12, 4 episodes. That's enough for 3 episodes for an arc and 1 episodes for like a summary kind of thing. Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. This is gonna be the VTuber arc, and the last final episode will maybe have some tie into the girl, the wolf girl in red clothes, because she appeared a couple of times and we still don't know what's her deal. Today's episode, I expect us to begin the VTuber arc. The first frame of the episode is already at the Kone Girls Academy, so maybe Sumireko is gonna be visiting. Maybe. We'll see, of course. We'll see in this episode, but to watch it, you will need your subs, of course, to follow along with me. I'm gonna need my sound to hear what's going on in the show, and I'm gonna have to ask you for support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon, YouTube, down below, or not. Share my content, spread the word, costs you nothing, helps a lot. And with that, we can start watching episode 9 of Kaii to Otome in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, exam results. Nodoka. Lemonade instead of tea, unusually, because if I were to make myself some tea, it would be too hot to drink anyway, so... Okay, so the study session happened off screen, I guess. Okay, let's do karaoke. Oh, is Otto going to notice warning sign on Nodoka? Maybe. Maybe something like that? Can we see something more about the VTuber in the opening, I wonder? That's the news. Oh, this is the plushie that's like underneath the news. Right. That is Otto. I know that the VTuber appears briefly at the end of the opening, but I'm wondering if we can maybe find something more about like Nodoka. Oh, here's the VTuber, and I guess that's the first and last we see of it, of her. Dreams Dance and Tsukumogami. Yeah, Tsukumogami. That's the name for this yokai. That dance is not rotoscoped. I don't think. It seems like a rotoscoped dance, but it's not rotoscoped. Or is it? Shit. I don't think it is. Shit, maybe it is rotoscoped, actually. I don't know. I don't know at this point. She wasn't paying attention. Yeah, you just said that you really wanted to hear Nodoka sing, and you didn't hear it? What the fuck, Oto? The thing again, and them splitting apart into two different directions again. Yeah, the hospital again. No, you can't. He's busy. Right? Right? Yeah, she's trying to be the best, trying to get great scores for her father to be proud, but her father is never around. She probably lives in an empty apartment with nobody there. Oh, a mother! Color me surprised. No, not a mother. A tutor? A tutor. I really like sleeveless turtlenecks. I think they look great. Oh, of course. Great expectations. Daddy expects a lot. Daddy pays a lot for the education. Daddy is never around. Not even to tell you, good job. You only have your friends that you get separated with at some point during the day. You can't spend the entire day with them. And what else? Bit of a parasocial relationship with a VTuber, right? It's not like someone's gonna stop you. Daddy isn't home, right? Yep. Oh, that's a silver play button in the corner. That's a nice detail. Mm-hmm. Of course. Okay, so she's not indie. This really is a contemporary anime, isn't it? Akasupas. Oh, are you going to spend some money, Nodoka? Okay, maybe not. Yep. Sending an Akasupa. Okay, maybe not an Akasupa. But some sort of a supa. Oh. Interesting. Yeah. Makes sense. I know of at least one VTuber who even uses a voice changer so that nobody from their IRL can recognize them. Of course. I don't wear pants. Yeah, they're blue actually. Probably been watching tubas all night. Yep. Oh, she doesn't have her horns anymore. Chuhai? What's a Chuhai? Like a idol group or something? Yeah, because she has someone to hear her out and someone to speak to her, right? It certainly beats sitting around in a silent house with not a soul to speak to. Yeah. Kinda, sorta. I guess you could say that they are puppeteers, are they not? Except instead of using strings, they use their body tracking. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And someone acknowledged her dream, acknowledged her goals, right? I mean, she is feeling pressured, yes. And miss. That was predictable. Oh. From Auto? Probably not. Oh! Shit! Fuck. Damn. It's not just her Oshi graduating, it's like her. Like the soul, fucking soul that she has any sort of contact with. Oh, shut the fuck up about that. It's not hereditary. Since when is being a CEO hereditary? Since forever, but technically shouldn't be. Gonna watch her graduation at least? Yeah, man, I know how it feels to have your Oshi graduate. First it was Coco, then it was Bea. I mean, you still can. Tsukumogami. There's Yorumun living in your tablet. Yeah? She's living her own life. It's not her. It's the model. It's the model gained sentience. Oh, that's great. Yeah, she is wearing panties. What was she on about? Bit scary, aren't we? More like a sea snake than a mermaid. Oh, you have been chosen, Nodoka. You're gonna be trapped inside of your tablet. Is Nodoka here? Okay, she's in the front, so she didn't get sucked into the virtual world. And Nodoka got a 0. Is it Nodoka or is it Yorumun? Also, I really like the bottom lip lipstick. The sensei is hitting all the buttons for me. Pencil skirt, sleeveless turtleneck, and bottom lip lipstick. Oh, that face. That goes beyond a parasocial relationship. Oh, is her face changing as well? Yes, it is. Oh, the crack in her voice. Where's the warning sign? Where's the warning sign? Is it gonna be on her tablet? Thwomp. No? Call 911. There's the sign. And it's in the tablet. There it is. Oh, other peoples have collapsed. Oh, everybody who was Yorumun's fan, isn't it? It's gotta be. Oh, I half expected Shizuku to be all passed out. I guess the roof of the maid cafe is their meeting spot? Okay, so we're working very fast, it seems. Yeah, Tsukumogami. Has she also been haunted by her own avatar. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yep. Checks out. Checks all the boxes. Yorumun wasn't treated harshly, though. We're gonna read that code. Yeah, revenge for what, though? For sending her akasupas asking what color her panties are? Cat. Cat. Ghostly cat passing through windows. Okay, are we finally gonna get an explanation? What the fuck are those cats that I keep seeing around? Your eyes are different. There's a bit of dark blue. They're gradient. They used to be all orange, weren't they? Oh, so the cats are... It's a cat party! Uh, oh, that's great. And we get another dance number. Yeah, this is rotoscoped. It's a motherfucking kitty party. Okay, sure. I did not expect that, but I ain't complaining. So question is, how do we get rid of this Tsukumogami? Right? Like, where does a VTuber avatar exist, really? Right? Like, if this pen was a Tsukumogami, like, it's simple, just snap it and throw some holy water onto it and bury it on crossroads during full moon or whatever, right? It's a physical object that you can get and you can do stuff with, you can do rituals, whatever. But this is a virtual object. Do you have to exorcise the source files? Do you have to exorcise YouTube servers? Or do you have to exercise the talent themselves? Or every device? Right? Which is it? Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Live performance occurs and the person inside. So we're gonna meet whoever's behind the Yorumun. Is it a cat girl? Is the cat girl Yorumun? Who? Wait a minute. Wait just a goddamn minute. Could be the case. Could be the case. Where is Kaii to Otome? Sentai Daishikaku, Unnamed Memory. There it is. Mysterious Disappearances. Cat girl is the talent behind Yorumun. Yeah. Of course, Otto got the perfect score because she wants her brother to be happy for her and because she's simply this smart. And Nodoka as well. And then we learn why exactly. Then we learn why, and the answer is big expectations of her. And she wants to be an idol, and you can see that in how she likes dancing and singing. Now, I don't think this is rotoscoped. Or maybe it is, but like done really well, like really in style. You can often tell a rotoscoped animation by the fact that it's animated on ones. I think it's actually rotoscoped. Because, or at least partially. At least like the pose and stuff is rotoscoped, but the lines are not like perfectly in line. The thing that kind of tips me off here is this shot, this particular frame. Oh, I forgot about that. Have I been talking about anything particularly important? Yeah, big scores, we know why. Yeah, this animation being rotoscoped. I'm not sure about that. The dead giveaway usually is that it's animated on ones, but this is not animated on ones. So either they are being really good about the rotoscoping and trying to essentially hide that fact by using rotoscoping and still animating on twos, or it's not rotoscoped. But another way to tell rotoscoping that's maybe not surefire, but you know, decently good way is that art in anime usually is fairly simplified, right? If something doesn't necessarily need to be drawn to convey the meaning, it isn't. Usually. That's thanks to how our brains work, right? Like we can recognize a stick figure, as a human figure because we operate on the basis of symbols, right? And similarities and associations. So if her hand, like the back of her hand, yeah, you're gonna see it better here. The back of her hand, if it was completely smooth, nobody would pay any mind to it. Nobody would notice. But there are those like bumps of the knuckles, right? That didn't need to be there, but were there in the rotoscoped footage. So they are here as well. And we have a couple more similar shots, I think. No, not this one. There's that like one particular shot of her hand, the palm of her hand, like the inner palm. Maybe this? No. Wait. Yeah, is this... Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. And now we see some animation on ones. Yeah, this like hand being faced downwards. I think that looks very rotoscoped. And this shot, yeah, her right hand showing only two fingers, which is probably what the footage actually shown. only 2 fingers, but it looks like a fucking Zoidberg claw. So if they were to draw it without rotoscoped footage, I think they would draw all other fingers as well. It's details like that that kind of tip me off towards it being rotoscoped. Now, make no mistake, I'm not like saying that it's bad that it's rotoscoped or that it's good that it's rotoscoped. No, it's just an observation, and I'm trying to figure out whether it is or it isn't actually rotoscoped. Bit of a mystery I'm trying to solve, I guess you could say. In any case, yeah, Otto really wanted to hear her sing and then just didn't pay attention. This shot, so extremely very significant. Her friends going their own way together. They might go and have more fun together, maybe. They might go for some crepes. They might go to meet and play some games. They might, I don't know, meet with their families and have some fun with their families, or just talk to their families, stuff like that. They are normal, you could say. Doesn't really work for Otto, but all things considered, right? After she comes back home, she has someone to talk to, at least. And that's how it should be. Nodoka, meanwhile, is completely solitary. In the previous episode, we had that split as well, but it was just Otto on one side and Nodoka on the other, which could have signified that, oh, they're, you know, separating for maybe the last time, figuratively speaking, and they're not going to see each other for a long while. It's a very strong, very bold separation between them, very bold moment that breaks them apart, stuff like that. But this is easier to interpret because there's a group and there's the loner. Very clean split. Very clean split. Goes to the hospital, and I thought that maybe she has like a sick parent here and she's visiting or something like that. But no, it's her father, who's a like a CEO of this hospital or whatever is like the top brass in the hospital called. And of course, he doesn't have any time for her. I thought, oh, mother. Probably. At least she has a mother at home. No, not a mother, a tutor. She came back home, and the first thing, like, not even a time to do anything, to eat, to play, nothing. She comes home, she gets to being tutored. And she continues getting tutored way into the evening. I wouldn't mind being tutored by this lady. Don't get me wrong, but still, you know, you need some spare time in your day. Humans cannot operate at 100% capacity all the time. I mean, even at school, it's been proven scientifically, be it at school or at work, that our brains function only start working at like 10 in the morning, I think, and we can operate at full capacity for like 4-5 hours, something thereabouts, right? So even when it comes to school, first 2 lessons you're just waking up, then 5 classes or 6 classes, that's still fine. You actually get something out of it, and then the rest is just you're tired, you don't absorb any knowledge. Same goes for work. You really actually work for like 5 hours in your workday. So adding some tutelage on top of that, that's way too much. Way too fucking much. I had a tutor in high school. I had some issues with physics, mostly, yeah, with physics. Because I went to a high school, to a class that was, that had like extended maths and physics, and I wasn't properly prepared from like, my previous school, so I needed a tutor. But he would come every Saturday for an hour, and that was it. And that worked. That really worked, because it was a day where I wouldn't be tired after school, and it was a reasonable amount of time, not cramming physics for 5 hours straight, but rather me having some questions, showing the dude what we went through, what I understood, what I didn't understand, right? Stuff like that. But if Nodoka is actually being tutored every single fucking day until evening, yeah, she's sooner going to break then become the next CEO of the hospital. This here, I kind of expected her to start crying, but instead she got comically angry, like angry in a very comical but also very like light-hearted way. Not like angry, oh fuck the system. No, like very childish angry, a little bit rebellious, right? Not what I expected, but also well within her character, so it also works at the same time. And of course, what do you do when you have nobody to talk to? When there's absolutely nobody around you, no parents, no nobody, well, you fill that void somehow. Easy way to fill the void of not having anybody to talk to, of not having anybody to talk to you. Well, find someone online. Any sort of parasocial relationship will work. Be it a Valorant streamer that shouts out your donation name every now and then, or a VTuber. In this case, it's a VTuber. I am in absolute awe of how well this show gets VTubers. Legit. It's so incredibly contemporary. I'm used to anime being like 10-ish years behind, right? I'm used to anime using still flip phones and shit. I'm used to that. Seeing a VTuber, and not just a like early iteration of a VTuber, like I don't know, Kizuna Ai, right? Would Kizuna Ai be the early iteration? I guess so. You know what I mean, right? Like early VTubers. Not even that, but like contemporary modern VTuber, like she could very well be a fucking Hololive talent for all I know, right? This could be Water Element Roshia. They understand it so well with the chat going on the side, with her playing into the whole like, you know, little bit of parasocial relationship, talking about her life, yeah, talking to the chat, like understanding the chat, the banter, that yes, the chat would be like, oh, cutting board, right? This show gets it. This show understands it. Yeah, there's some merchandise. Of course, there's the boob mousepad, but the manager wouldn't allow it. Akasupas, also great comedy. I'm sorry, I won't do it again. Please have mercy. I'm sorry, I just got caught up in the flow. And the classic, the fucking classic. No, please stop giving me money. Please stop sending Akasupas. To drive them sending Akatsupas even more. Right? Classic. Treat your money with respect. Make sure that you have provided for yourself. You have enough money for yourself. Then maybe, but you know, don't do that. If you need that money, don't send me anything. Please don't. I don't need it. Right? This sort of talk. They understand it perfectly. But still, you know, the money you give me, it allows me to continue doing what I'm doing, and I'm eternally grateful. I promise to use it well. And oh no, you're sending money again. Please stop it. Haha, please stop it. Right? Yeah, talking about random stuff. And Nodo has a dream of being an idol. If I wasn't doing this virtually, I never could have become an idol that this many people come to see. Yeah, it's a case for many people, I feel. Many people just like wouldn't be where they are if they were not VTubers, either because it gives them a layer of dissociation, or because it gives them a layer of safety, so to speak, right? Like nobody's gonna see your actual face. As I said, I know of at least one VTuber, can't remember their name, but at least one who uses a voice changer, and not because there are some VTubers who are like men who use a voice changer to sound like to sound feminine, to sound like women, and there's like a specific term for that kind. I can't remember that, but like using a voice changer just because they really don't want their voice to be recognized, because I don't know, maybe they have like a high ranking job or whatever, and they're doing VTubing just for fun, and they wouldn't want their clients to be like, oh, my daughter told me you're doing the VTubing, I heard, right? It's a very much needed layer of like safety on the internet, I feel. I say as I'm showing my full face on screen. I should have become a VTuber. In the virtual world, my path opened up before me. Yep. Happened because I didn't give up on my dreams, so you don't give up either. I'm going to be cheering on you. And let's get to other questions. Oh, haha, color of your panties. What's your favorite kind of sushi, right? Like completely fucking inane questions that are so incredibly prevalent. I wonder if the Chiba Prefecture shrine actually becomes relevant. Chiba Shrine, 18 meters underwater, let's be specific. And of course she was watching tubas all night, and now she's happy because she got the support that she was so sorely lacking, right? Everybody was just having expectations. Learn, be good, bring good scores. That's expected of you. But nobody had a good word for her. Nobody was like, oh yeah, you did good, I'm proud of you, keep it up. Only the VTuber. You tell them, oh, I got 100 on my test score, and the VTuber will congratulate you. Especially if you send it as an akasupa. Right? That's legitimately how parasocial relationships work. People who have nobody else to talk to them, or people who have nobody else to talk to them like positively, supportingly, just talk to people on the internet. And if you talk to a streamer or to a VTuber, they're not going to tell you to fuck off, because that would lose them a viewer, that would lose them a subscriber. So they will always be supportive of you. They will always say, oh, I will have you in my mind all the time. I'll be supporting you. I'll be cheering on you. You go, dude. Hell yeah. Right? Because that's the message that the viewers want to hear. So if you want some unconditionally positive reply, that's where you go. And that's how a parasocial relationship is formed. Because you get the impression that, oh yeah, they really are talking to me. I asked them a question in a super chat and they answered. We're talking. No, the fuck you're not. It's not what's happening. They don't even know who you are. They read your name out and they forget it immediately after. That's how it works. But there is a reason. There is a good reason why, I know, GFE has such popularity and GFE tubers get so much money, or BFE. If you're unfamiliar, GFE is girlfriend experience, BFE boyfriend experience. Basically VTubers who essentially pretend or play the role of your girlfriend slash boyfriend, but for like their entire viewer base, which is kind of weird and cocky if you think about it. But shit, they make big bucks is all I'm gonna say. So there clearly is a need for that. Some people say that we have a whatchamacallit, loneliness pandemic. I'm inclined to agree. And if there exist easy, ready solutions for that feeling of loneliness, people are gonna take them. Absolutely. If you can satisfy your need, your like base need of a fucking pack animal with just turning on your PC and watching fucking Gorgura or someone stream, you're gonna do that if there's no other choice, or if other options are less appealing. Like, it's not easy to meet new people. Legitimately. It really is not easy. I would like to meet new people, I'm gonna be honest, but how? How are you supposed to do that? You go out there, you bother someone, you're like, hey, my name's so-and-so, do you want to be friends? They're gonna look at you like you're from fucking asylum and run away or punch you in the face. That's what's gonna happen. There are ways, of course, like you can maybe find a group of people with similar interests, sure, okay, but you have to go there and you have to meet up. It's much easier to just go on YouTube, search for Mori Calliope. Oh, she's streaming Minecraft again. Hello, Mori. And you send an Akasupa and you get, hello, username. And you're like, oh, she speaks to me. She said hello, right? It's easier. It's just easier. And people are like electricity. They take the path of least resistance. Regardless. They'll do game commentaries, chat, sing songs, yep. This show, again, really understands the culture. The designers and animators are parents, yeah. Usually the one who made the art is the mama, and the one who made the rig is the papa, no matter the gender. So that's interesting. And the one who voices them is called the person inside. Roommate. Yeah, I heard the term roommate, and I heard just the generic term talent, but most commonly it's referred to as a roommate. Yeah, she cheered her on, and it worked. She is in a much better mood. Indeed. Again, parasocial relationships would not be a thing if they did not work, if they did not fulfill a basic human need. Right? Yorumon is retiring. Let's see that announcement. Popular VTuber Himeo Yorumon announces her retirement. A shock ran through the VTuber community today. For a long time, Himeo Yorumon has been entertaining fans with something. And yeah, your Oshi graduating is can be heartbreaking. Do I have it? I have it. I must have it. Where is it? My one and only piece of VTuber merch. No, sorry. I also have the plush tail. I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, shit. I'm usually fairly stingy. Maybe not stingy, but fairly careful with money, right? If I can pick a juice that costs 5 and I can pick juice that costs 3, I'm gonna pick the cheaper one if they're basically the same, for example. But when I heard of Coco graduating, and I learned that it's the last chance to get her merch, the tail, the pin, and the shipping. The shipping was the most fucking expensive. That cost me, I think, like a quarter of my monthly wage at the time. And I pulled the trigger on that. I fucking had to. You know? I know what I'm talking about when it comes to your Oshi's graduating. But I solved that issue. of having issues with my "oh, she's graduating"? I don't watch VTubers anymore. Simple, right? Simple solution, really. Do I watch any VTubers? Not really. Nozivix every now and then. Or, well, Nozivix goes by Liv the Cyberdoll nowadays, yeah. And any other tuber that I would watch? The British Shrimp. Sometimes, but not so much nowadays. Yeah, I mostly just watched Coco, her meme reviews mostly, and then Bea. But Bea meaning Bea being Bethany Chisato. I watched her, but then she also graduated, and now I don't watch any VTubers. There we go. Except Liv and Abby. Yeah, Ushio Abby. That's the British Shrimp. Regardless. Yeah, expectations. No time to cry. You need to learn. You need to study. You need to be good. You need to replace your parents. Like, tears are counterproductive. Do not cry like a fucking machine. And yeah, the model itself gained sentience. Holy shit. Now, I don't know whether we should treat this literally, like her room literally got flooded with water, or is it just her being dragged into that, like, metaphorical paranormal space briefly? I think it's the latter, because, I mean, she can breathe perfectly. Yeah, that's a scary face, and that's a scary body. A sea serpent more than a mermaid. And those parasocial words. You can do it. I'm rooting for you. For you specifically. Heard 5,000 people across the world in the very same moment. Right? I fully expected Nodoka to have failed. Honestly. I thought something happened to her, and that's going to be a big signal that something's wrong. But no, she scored perfectly, and is so happy, and is working so hard to satisfy Daddy and Mommy, if she exists, and everybody, and to satisfy Yorumun, because Yorumun is counting on me. Yorumun cheers on me. That's a great reveal of what Yorumun has become. Studying by day, training her, dancing and singing at night, not ever sleeping. Because Yorumun cheers on me. Yorumun gives me the drive to keep going. Yorumun has expectations of me, and I want to make Yorumun proud, right? And there it is. There's the warning sign. And many other people have also fallen ill. They learned a lot in a very short time. I guess we got a little bit of a time skip here. I'm not sure how much of a fan I am of it, honestly. I think I would like it more if we heard Otto tell them about what happened, because it really seems weird to me that they know that, yeah, it's the VTuber. Like, right off the bat, right? 10 other cases in this town alone. Everyone who collapsed was an ardent fan of Himeno Yorumun. How could you have known that, though? Is it public information? Are people putting two and two together? Or is it just your baseless conjecture? Only to retire at the height of her popularity for undisclosed reasons. I wonder if the talent behind Yorumun retired because the avatar started talking to her. Yeah. Talent behind Yorumun retired because the model started talking to her. That would actually be a cool idea for a story. A VTuber, like a person who is a VTuber, and suddenly their avatar gains sentience. And also there's like one more moment that I wanted to pay some attention to. This voice crack. That sounds so good. Such a good job voice acting. Yeah, that's some amazing voice. That's some great voice acting, honestly. Yeah. Have people been talking about how it was her fans who collapsed? I wonder who even made that connection. Her management has officially denied any connection. Of course they would. There isn't a single archived recording. Could it be supernatural in nature? Probably. Has to be. Because I refuse to believe that a VTuber this popular would not have like dedicated archivists, plural, of their streams. Right? And yeah, it's a Tsukumogami. More specifically, Tsukumogami Emaki. Yeah, Tsukumogami are objects that were once cared for, but now have set out for revenge after being treated roughly and discarded. Now, that's the thing, though. Yorumun was not. Unless we speak, like, specifically of the model. The model was, like, directed against its will. If we get into, like, that interpretation, then maybe we could stretch it. Not sure, though. What's the code? Anything in particular? Generate random while statement, generate random expression, generate random block, while condition, some string concatenation, generate random identifier, generate random expression, random block. Oh, it's the same block of code repeating. Joint. Oh, that's Python. Yeah, that's Python. First and foremost. And what is it doing? I don't know, seems to be generating just a bunch of random stuff. Maybe it's a code from like a Python mocking library. Python generate random identifier. No, I'm not asking about UUIDs, I'm asking about this specific function. I still thinks I'm in UUIDs, but I don't. Let's try this. D1 test. D1 test seems to have a function like that or similar. Sure, it's just some Python code. If the vast quantity of digital data that humans discard at their convenience and set out to take its revenge on humans. Okay, so I guess it's like the data itself taking the form of Yorumun. So like, oh, you cleared your trash bin and you threw away me, the data. You cleared cache in your browser, so you removed me, the data. You deleted a file, how could you? That was my aunt. Right? This sort of a meaning? Like, it's data itself rebelling, because data is both data as a concept is both long-lived enough to become a Tsukumogami, and also disposed of so often and so much mistreated that it could hold a grudge. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, actually. I guess that actually makes sense. And here's the cat. An ethereal cat, not a physical one. And this is the next day, apparently. What's wrong with his eyes? Is it a sign of him getting worse and worse? Or is it just a stylistic choice to give him a little bit of blue up top? And why? I'm not complaining about those cats having a party, but like, why? Where's the music coming from? You'd better prepare yourself, Disappearances, kun. So she has like a specific grudge against Ren or something? And we get another dance number with her this time. Yeah, this is rotoscoped. This is rotoscoped, yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna play it. It's a bop. It's an absolute banger. I love this dance number. And yeah, but why? This really took me by surprise. It really did. I did not expect a dance number with fucking cats. I mean, it's better than the Cats musical, that's for sure, but... And the fucking spotlight out of nowhere. Ah... Cool. Cool. And the next episode is about Yorumun still. Live performance occurs in a person inside, so I guess we're gonna meet the roommate of Yorumun. Alrighty. A very good episode. I enjoyed it a lot. I really enjoyed this show. And I'd say that one of the biggest parts, in this episode in particular, was just how contemporary it is. I'm not sure if I talked about it during this show or some other, but yeah, I mean, I guess I talked about it earlier, even in this episode, how most shows that are airing, or were airing at least until recently, still were using like flip phones and shit. While it's a rarity for me to see something as contemporary as using tablets and having VTubers, like proper fucking contemporary modern VTubers. It was certainly nice to see, and almost surreal, honestly, to a point. Because when's the manga? When did the manga come out, I wonder? Let's see. Yeah, that's the mango. Come on, load. 2019, so not long ago. Not long ago. See, I'm used to actually 2019, like VTubers already were a thing. Yeah, and they went through a big boom in 2020 with the plague. So it's entirely possible that those chapters were written in 2020. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. That actually makes a lot of sense. Man, a lot of time have passed. A lot of time has passed. Like, I'm still used to like stories from the 90s, stories from early 2000s getting their adaptations, and it's weird for me, and it's weird to me to see something from like 2020s getting adapted, because, well, what? It came out only last year? And no, it didn't come out last year. It came out 5 fucking years ago. It's my perception of time that's fucked. But yeah, I guess it makes sense for us to see more shows be adaptations of more contemporary works and actually containing things like that in them. Soon enough, we're gonna see a Cybertruck in the background somewhere being broken. very good episode, very, very good and deep, that's gonna be going too far, but very good understanding of VTubers, of what they are, of the entire culture around them, of the VTuber, like standard VTuber chat, like mad props for doing their homework to the author, honestly. I love the concept of something as abstract as data gaining sentience. I love the concept of virtual items becoming tsukumogami. That's like, I really love how imaginative they are with their legends and mysteries and urban legends and stuff like that, right? How they can take something that might have worked in the fucking Oda Nobunaga days and wouldn't really work nowadays because we no longer use carrier pigeons. But now the legend has adapted and it's no longer carrier pigeons, it's now messages online or something like that, right? I really like their ways of making, of turning, of adapting those old legends to like modern day state, to modern world. Good shit. Yeah, very good episode. I enjoyed it very much, and I can't wait to learn more about the cat girl. Why does she have a beef with Ren? What is her goal exactly? Why was she watching the gang all this time for her cats? What's the deal with her cats? First and foremost, I hope she becomes a friend, a member of our team, and not like doesn't get given to the noose or exercise or something. It would be nice to have her around, or at least the cats. The cats are funny, doing silly cat dances. That really took me by surprise, honestly, completely out of left field, in a good, positive way though. But yeah, I guess that's gonna be it from me for today. I don't really have anything more to say, notably of this episode, but maybe you guys have something more to add, and if so, say so in the comments down below. What did you think of this episode, of my reaction, my theories? Who's your VTuber Oshi? If you have one, tell me about it, I'm curious. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe to be notified of future videos, not only Kaii to Otome, but also Yuuki, Yuuna, the second season, whatever it's called, Sentai Daishikaku, Kaiju number 8, Unnamed Memory, plenty others coming in the future. Click the bell to be notified of when I go live, because I do sometimes support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon down below, where for $10 a month you get early access to non-seasonal shows like Yuuki, Yuuna, and for just $1 you get a role on the Discord and a place in the credits. You can also support me directly on YouTube via memberships, super thanks, super chats, stuff like that. And if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, you don't have to. Share my content, spread the word, it costs you absolutely nothing and helps the channel a lot. And now, with all of that out of the way, that's gonna be it from me for today. And as always, you guys do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers! And here's my wonderful Patreons: QB, Without a Ned, Zerena, Yuuki, Tamu, Dr. Watakama, Sarmash, Fassel, and Hans Peter. And you can join them if you want without having to form any parasocial relationships.